guys, how's everybody doing? Alrighty then, so Path of Exile 2 servers crumble as players continue to queue for hours. Exile, man, I've gotta be honest, this is not really my type of game, but man, it's awesome to see when a game gets success. Update, well, developer Grinding Gear Games said this might happen, and it's happening. Path of Exile 2 servers are being pummeled into submission by hundreds of thousands of players. The action RPG's early access period began roughly 1 hour and 30 minutes from the time of writing this update, and the vast majority of its players have been stuck in queues this entire time. Some players are also being hit with error messages saying that servers are undergoing maintenance. Man, to be clear, things are moving, and Grinding Gear Games will be doing everything it can to make the process as smooth as possible. Again, these servers woes always seem like an inevitability given the sheer amount of interest in Path of Exile 2. Even those making it into the actual game are being met with connection problems right now, so here's hoping that everything evens out over the course of the weekend. Man, but isn't this... Can't players play this single player? I'm wondering about that. Is this only multiplayer online only? Original story. Path of Exile 2 launches in early access later today on PS5, but honestly you need to check your expectations if you've made plans to binge on the action RPG all weekend. Basically, this highly anticipated sequel is going to be a juggernaut. Throughout the night, developer Grinding Gear Games confirmed that the title has already reached 1 million early access redemptions. In other words, the servers are going to be absolutely slammed from minute one. Damn, 1 million in early access. God damn, what a hit. Obviously, this is great news, but it also comes with some downsides. Director Jonathan Rogers admits in a rather candid video message. There are probably going to be some queues during the launch weekend. We really didn't expect to have more than 1 million people online at the same time, Roger continues before explaining that additional servers have been put in place to try and help deal with the load. I do have some concerns about issues with the backend. We quite frankly don't know what backend services are going to be able to handle as we go above 1 million users. The team's going to scale everything we have as far as it can go, but really it sounds like Rogers is warning everyone that things could get rough. We are really not sure what kind of limits we might hit, he concludes. It's worth mentioning that the queues are already out of control. Thousands were getting in line to play Path of Exile 2 this morning, something like 12 hours ahead of release, and that number is only going to grow as launch creeps closer. With more and more people getting home from school and work later in the day, will you be trying your luck? Man, this is a type of game that I never played the first one, and I've seen people hyped about the second one, but it's not really for me. But man, the game is getting success, a great launch, and is, well, I don't know if people are already able to play it or not, but if you are, let me know what you think of the game, if it's worth trying or not. But man, I really seeing this kind of success for games is always a good thing to see. We always want good games to succeed, and if people are, how do I say, if far more than 1 million people are trying to play this game, it's because, well, it must be good at something, right? And going from a great game launch to a Ubisoft reportedly discussing buyout options with Tencent as talks overtaking company private continue. Man, Ubisoft, what, about 10 years ago was on the top of the industry, and now is on the bottom of the industry. Damn, what a fall. Ubisoft is continuing its talks with Chinese giant Tencent over a possible buyout deal that would take the Assassin's Creed maker private, a new report states. The move first mooted last month would see Ubisoft take back control of its company from shareholders. Today, Reuters reported that Ubisoft is seeking a deal which would see its French founders, the Guillemot family, retain control. However, the same report states that Tencent, Ubisoft's second largest shareholder, with ownership of nearly 10% of the company, is keen for a greater role and input on the future board decisions. Talks remain ongoing between the two companies on how to move forward. Ubisoft stock spiked 14% today as a result of the report. We remain committed to making decisions in the best interest of all of our stakeholders, a spokesperson for Ubisoft told Eurogamer today. Here's the problem, and this is, I think it's the problem with most companies today, is they are committed to making decisions for the best interest of stakeholders. You should make decisions for the best interest of gamers, of your customers. Those are the ones that buy your things and give you money. That should be your priority. This is such a stupid decision from these kind of companies that they put stakeholders above everything else. And then they go under and they don't know why. Or maybe because you are doing stupid decisions. Just maybe. In this context, as we already indicated, the company is also reviewing all its strategic options. The buyout talks come after a particularly rocky year for Ubisoft, which has suffered at least 3 rounds of layoffs, staff walkouts, and disappointing sales of key titles. Ubisoft recently delayed its biggest upcoming launch, Assassin's Creed Shadow, until the 14th of February 2025, after seeing softer than expected sales for Star Wars Outlaws. Earlier this week, the company announced the closure of several studios, with the loss of 277 employees as it pulls the plug on live service shooter X Defiant. Man, Ubisoft just keeps on losing. Man, I used to enjoy Ubisoft games so much, and now I don't even know what they are doing over there. It's just how the mighty fall, I guess. And I forgot to talk about this for Path of Exile, but here are the Steam charts, and it seems some people are already playing the game. But man, and almost 500,000. I don't know if I refreshed this. It went up a bit, but man, what a great launch. And this is not the only great launch today, as I have right here from Marvel Rivals. Another game launching today that passed the 400,000 people playing, and damn, I still haven't tried it, but I want to try to see if this is really good or not. Let's see if they can keep the players, but as we see with many of these titles, they have a great launch, but they go down very quickly as well, but we will see. And talking about games launching today, we also had the launch of Indiana Jones, and on Steam is not doing so great. Not getting to 5,000 players on launch day for an Indiana Jones game, man, that is a bit of a bad sign, if I should say. Maybe during the weekend will go up, but on launch day, on a Friday, not even getting 5,000 players, man. Let's see if the game gets some traction. The reviews seem to be good, but we will see. And to end on something different, the Witcher 3 card game Gwent finally getting a physical release. It's like, this should have released 10 years ago when the game, few months later or a year later after the game launch. Why just 10 years later, basically? Gwent, the card game from Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, is finally getting a physical release. It's been almost 10 years since the release of the video game, which has spawned a couple of spin-off card games in the Witcher Thronebreaker, which I enjoyed it very much. And mobile app Gwent, that I never try. But only now is a physical reproduction of the game being created. The set will come with over 400 cards and a playmat to replicate the full experience from The Witcher 3, and will have variant rule sets from casual play to tournament rules. It's going to arrive on quarter 3 of 2025. The set is being created by Hachette Board Games UK and new publisher No Loading Games, which is focused on bringing licensed brands to tabletop gaming. An Asterix set is also planned for next year. Gwent is the biggest game within a game in media history, said Rob Trounce, marketing manager of Hachette Board Games UK. That is a good statement to make. I don't think I can... I'm not thinking about another game within a game as big as Gwent, but after a 10-year wait, we are proud to be working alongside No Loading Games to bring this beloved game to tabletops in a stunning package. Whether it's a souvenir for fans of Geralt and his adventures, or a game for competitive card game enthusiasts, Gwent will be one of the hottest games of 2025. The cover kinda looks good. It's got full backing from CD Projekt Red, to itself working on the next Witcher game. The company announced last week it has entered full-scale production. Eurogamer spoke with the developer earlier this year and learned more about the technical ambitions for Witcher 4 and more. Now we just need Square Enix to follow suit with the physical Queen's Blood set from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, right? That I never played. I want to play the Final Fantasy VII remakes, but I haven't got a chance yet. But man, I played so many hours of the Gwent game in The Witcher 3. Sometimes I would play more of the card game than the actual game, but it was awesome. Let me know if you are excited to get The Witcher card game Gwent on physical. I think the cards will look cool. The box also looks cool. I don't know if I will get it or not, we will see. And well guys, let me know what you think of the Gwent finally getting a physical edition. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.